1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, everybody, if you're watching on either YouTube or Facebook or any of the other platforms, my phone died, so I had to go get a charging cord for it. I don't know why it's been doing that lately, but it has. The battery gets used up pretty darn quickly, so this is Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. I've got everything that's loaded here is completely wrong. So give me a second to kind of catch up with what's going on. Man, everybody changes all this stuff, and every day it is something new. Okay, let's see. There we go. Now, you know, it's the First Alert Weather Show, and what we're looking at here is we are looking at a live shot from our camera at Turfway Park. CVG is in the background. As a matter of fact, if you want to see what's going on in the background, you can see that right here is the control tower at CVG, and so this is some shower activity, maybe light thunderstorm activity we'll look at here on radar coming up in just a minute or two. And I'm still, somebody's changed all this stuff. I'm still trying to find what I'm looking for here. No, I don't know. Every day I come in and something is different. You've either got a very short memory. There we go. Okay, now we found the camera that I can look at without straining too hard. So this is a couple of small thunderstorms that have developed along what we call an outflow boundary. Some storms up in northern Indiana, northern Ohio. That's the rain-cooled air that comes down out of the thunderstorm and then hits the ground and spreads out. The arc ahead of it's a little mini cold front, and that often sets up showers and thunderstorms, and that's what's happening right here. Nothing severe. A few spots will get another pretty hefty downpour, but overall, that's what it looks like from Turfway Park. And look right here, this darker area, you can see the rain shaft with it, and we'll look at that on radar coming up here in just a second or two. So let's go ahead and take a look at another camera shot. Ooh, look at that. All of a sudden, it's looking really, really ominous. And what's happening here is the thunderstorm clouds are beginning to obscure the sun, and so literally the city is just in the shadow there, and you can see off to the left, everything looks much, much nicer because it's still in sunshine. So that's one of those things that happens every once in a while. As a matter of fact, you can see the top of one of those thunderstorms, and those are up over southern Butler County, maybe the western part of Hamilton County now, and there's another one right there. But makes it look really, really ominous, just a lot of water in the air, big raindrops and a thunderstorm, and giving you that really kind of stormy look. 80 degrees was the temperature at Lunken Airport. Now you can see the shower activity that we're talking about. It's really not impressive, okay? If we take a look at this, let me do what we call a box zoom here, and I will zoom in on this part of Hamilton County. And that is the shower and thunderstorm activity we just saw, okay? Now, it was moving off to the southwest. Now it's moving toward Great American Ballpark, and we're going to hope it dies out. Sure doesn't look like it's going to do that, but so that may lead to a rain delay at the baseball game, but we're keeping a pretty close eye on it right now. It's not severe. There's some pretty hefty rainfall in that. As a matter of fact, if you're looking at just west of the word Colerain for Colerain Township, you're looking at some really, really hefty rainfall. And that's moving off to the south and east at about 20 miles an hour. So it's still a good hour or more away from Great American Ballpark. And I'm talking about Great American Ballpark, of course, because we're the official weather provider for the Cincinnati Reds. Give me a second here. I've got to make sure I get my phone back on in case the Reds call me. As I said, just before airtime, my phone battery died, and I can't tell if it is charging or not off these monitors. It should be. Okay, well, let's see. Did I bring the charger with me? Give me a second. There's the charger. Okay. Let's see if I can hook this into a power strip somewhere. And I'll just have it charge up on the floor here while we're waiting. Okay, so let's go ahead then and go back to that radar. So there's some pretty hefty thunderstorms, non-severe, no big winds with it or anything. Moving into Whitewater Township, another one near moving out of Guilford, Indiana. And those will probably die out pretty quickly. But of course, being the official weather provider for the Reds, we're keeping a close eye on those. Okay, you can see also that there was some shower activity across northern Kentucky, the southern part, and that is pretty much going away. Okay, we turn our attention to the Atlantic Ocean. And again, it's way too early to be specific about timing and where Erin is going to go. But Erin is right here. This is Erin, and you can see how big the Atlantic Ocean is. And this looks minuscule, but it's starting to look more and more like a strong tropical system. And as a matter of fact, let me see, the latest update should be in from the National Hurricane Center. I'll look that up for you right now while I'm doing this. So let's see here. NHCERIN. But you can see that it's starting to get that. You can see the spiral arm starting to form, and that is, so it looks like, let's see. Yep, it's Tropical Storm Erin. As of just a few minutes ago, it's still a tropical storm. And the winds are at about 45 knots, so about 50 miles an hour, 52 miles an hour, with winds gusting over 60. Okay, so it's getting stronger, but it's come over some pretty cool water here, and we're still thinking this. Okay, now again, when you're looking at Erin way out there in the center of the Atlantic Ocean, you don't think that much is going on. It's going to take till about the 20th to get close to the coast of the United States if it follows this path. Okay, the path that most of the models are projecting is that Erin will head off, and the path actually should be a little bit more south like this, more like this, and just kiss the coast of North Carolina. That's the latest model projections. And so let me tell you what, let me correct that, because that was an older version. So I'll go back in here. And so here's Erin right here, and the path should be more like this, okay? All right, and okay, so that would be more like the path, and that would be, again, just kissing the coast of North Carolina and the Outer Banks by most of the models' projections, 20th to 21st. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. In other words, there are a lot of things that could happen. A high pressure system's trying to come in out of Canada. That could guide it more to the south. If that high pressure doesn't come in, it could stay even further out to sea. It's just a little bit early. But right now, the best educated guess is that Erin will follow a path approximately like this, just touch the coast of North Carolina and then parallel the coast as it heads on into the North Atlantic. No guarantee on that. We'll have to keep an eye on it. And of course, as it does come this way, we're going to end up with what we call the tropical traffic jam. And that means everything kind of slows down and stops. It waits for the tropical system to come through and then begins to move again. And if that happens, we may have to update our extended forecast also. So again, the tropical traffic jam is, as Erin comes this way, everything up here slows down or stops. Once Erin heads off this way, it all begins to sweep in from the north and west again. And so that may end up impacting our extended forecast. We're just going to have to keep a close eye on it as it develops. But that's the latest on Erin right now. Okay, temperatures this morning dropped into the upper 60s, mostly lower 70s. High temperatures today, I've got to get rid of that keyframe in there. Made it to 90 at Lunkin, 90 at Portsmouth and Maysville. Everybody else in the 80s. And the temperatures right now, it's only 78 at CBG. It's 80 at Lunkin because of the rain they had. And you can see some of the spots most recently had rain in the 70s, everybody else in the 80s. And dew points still on the steamy side, upper 60s to lower 70s around the tri-state. Okay, now this is what this particular model says. Now, okay, notice the time is 8 p.m., and so that's a little ways from now. And the model, even though it's not exactly where we just saw it on radar, the model's doing really, really well, saying, hey, look, there should be some thunderstorm activity here. Now, here's what gives me some hope. Watch what happens if we drag the timeline. I'll have to stop the program here, but if we drag the timeline to that storm that's up around Oxford, okay? Notice it's going to move south and eastward. It heads toward downtown Cincinnati, and then it just kind of dies out as it makes it into the Cincinnati area. And that's kind of what we're hoping is going to happen. Okay, then as we head through the night, I can't rule out a shower popping up, but for the most part, a dry morning commute. As we head on into tomorrow, temperatures soar back up into the 80s, and shower activity begins to pop up in the hot part of the day, just here and there once again. So we are just talking about the same old kind of stuff as we head through the day tomorrow. Now let's go a little bit farther out. we're going to take a look at what it looks like through the weekend. And notice, here's the dew point temperature, here's the heat index, and here's the actual temperature, okay? And it's kind of rare for them all to be exactly the same. But let's go ahead and forward the map. Okay, so no rain in there on Thursday. This is 4:30 Thursday. Dew points 68, 88 for the heat index. All right, as we head on into Friday, no rain in the forecast. Dew point back up to 70, heat index 91, so it's getting hot and steamy. Head into Saturday, heat index up to 95, no rain. As we head into Sunday, 97 for the heat index. Okay, now if the heat index hits 97 at CVG, that means there'll be a number of spots where it's over 100. Okay, and this is only for one part of the day. This is only at 4:20 p.m. Okay, so that's Sunday. As we head into Monday, the heat index tops out at 100. Okay, this is 4:20 p.m. Monday with some rain off to the north. Okay, and then go on, and you can see the heat index Tuesday 100, Wednesday 100, and then it begins to drop down and things begin to cool off. So essentially what we've got coming our way is a hot and steamy weekend. It gets hotter Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then drier, cooler air begins to come into the tri-state. But if we take a look at next Wednesday is the 20th. That's when what is supposed to be Hurricane Aaron is going to make it to near the coast of the United States, and so that may start that tropical traffic jam, and that may significantly impact our forecast 10 days out or so. All right, so this evening, 78 right now. We should stay in the 70s, about 75 by 7 p.m. is what I thought, because temperatures had dropped into the low 70s. So we're going to be in the 70s to the evening hours. Overnight, we're looking at temperatures dropping off to 70. Patchy, dense fog is possible tomorrow morning, and it may be widespread and heavy enough that it slows traffic down. And then for Thursday, up to a high of 84, or at least the 4 p.m. temperature 84. So somewhere near normal. Normal high is 86. Climate Prediction Center says that the Fox 19 Now viewing area right here is going to be on the edge of warmer than normal to near normal. That is from the 19th to the 23rd. As we head to the 21st to the 27th, some cooler air dips in. Now, what's happening 21st to the 27th? Remember, Aaron's going to come up this way with a tropical traffic jam. If, in fact, it does just touch the coast of North Carolina, the way some of the models are saying, and then heads off this way, once it begins to head off this way, everything's going to move again, and we'll get some cooler, drier air beginning to filter in out of Canada. Now, if Aaron wasn't there, this may come in earlier, but it looks like Aaron will cause that what we call a tropical traffic jam. Once the tropical system, Aaron, gets out of the way, the weather systems can once again begin to move and progress here, and we're expecting temperatures to drop below normal through the 27th of the month. There you see that. And then the 3 to 4 week temperature outlook looks like we'll snap back to a little bit above normal. Precipitation-wise, should be at or below normal from the 19th to the 23rd. Same thing, at or below normal to the 27th, and then at or below normal through the 8th of September. So it looks like we're going to get some pretty hot weather, cool off to about normal, and then drop to cooler than normal once the hurricane's gone or Aaron's gone, and end up with drier weather than normal. And that's drier weather than normal because we should be dominated then by cooler air coming in out of Canada. And remember, it's coming out of the plains of Canada. There's not a lot of moisture sources up there, not like the Gulf of Mexico. So it'll be a welcome several days of relief if it does develop that way. Okay, so here's your 7-day forecast. And if you ever wondered what I do at 1:30 in the morning when I can't sleep, well, I get up with my camera and I go out and take a video of the moon. So this was Sunday morning at 1:30. The moon was 99% of full. It had just gotten past being full and was 99% of full. And I just shot this from the sidewalk in front of my house in Madisonville. And so, and it's only at 1/3 speed. Okay, so it's 1/7 speed. Sorry, 1/7 speed. So it's 1/7 of actual speed. So here's your 7-day forecast. 70 tonight, 84 tomorrow. Slim chance of a storm, and I want to emphasize slim. Friday, slim chance of a storm, emphasizing the slim again, with temperatures making it up to 87. As we take a look at the next 5 days after that, look at that. High temperatures all the time in the 90s. Okay, and what we're looking at with those high temperatures in the 90s is basically Oh, just a second here. Basically, we're looking at high dew points and high heat index values, and so it looks like we've got a 5-day stretch with a little mini heat wave that will be coming our way. Now, if we go beyond the 7-day forecast, notice everything does change. Now, notice that's the 21st, and remember, we said the tropical traffic jam. So what's the tropical traffic jam do? It stops the weather from changing. Go back to the 7-day forecast here, and we'll show you the numbers. And you can see the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all pretty much the same. The eyeballs up there on the 7-day forecast because we're watching for the impact of Aaron. Even though it may not have anything to do with rain or anything else in our area, if the tropical traffic jam sets up, we're not going to change much, and that's what that's showing you, 5 days in a row without much in the way of change. Okay, and then once Aaron goes by, the cool air from Canada can settle on into the tri-state, and we end up with temperatures near or a little bit below normal, and this is what that looks like. We're talking about temperatures dropping off to about normal on the high side, a little bit above normal on the low side, and basically lower humidity and some real relief for several days. And as a matter of fact, count those days. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's half of them. That's 7 out of the 14 days with big set of relief. So we might be in for an extended period of lower humidity and lower temperatures in the tri-state. All right, let me see what's going on here on Facebook. Let's see. Melvin wants to know if it's going to be raining all day tomorrow. No, Melvin, just the slightest chance of a shower, should be dry. Well, Darla Watson wants to know about storms popping up this weekend. They're possible. An isolated storm can never be ruled out when it's that hot and humid, but we're saying essentially none. So I wouldn't worry about them, Darla. I don't think there'll be any. Okay, Susan Wally wants to know what camera did I use to shoot the moon. Well, I got a new one. Actually, I bought it used. It's a Fuji 100S, and that's got a big 100 megapixel sensor, and it's a medium format camera, and it's meant to do things like that. So with that big sensor, you can get with a good lens, you can get a lot of resolution. So it was a Fuji. Most of the time, I use my Sony A7R5, but this Fuji was a camera that I couldn't pass up. The deal was so good because it was used, and so it's a GFX 100S, and it's a great little camera. It's just the lenses are so prohibitively expensive that I use a bunch of old lenses and adapt them to the camera. So and I shot that film, and I had to edit it. I shot that video, and I had to edit it in Adobe Premiere to speed it up, so and to touch it up a little bit, to sharpen it just a little bit because there's some haze and moisture in the atmosphere, but it didn't have to do much. Okay, let's see. And Sarah Danielle Whitworth says, thank you for all the updates you give. You're very welcome. I have got to go and take care of the Cincinnati Reds. They're playing, and they've got some rain moving in, so I've got to let them know. So thank you for joining me, and have yourself a nice evening.